Welcome back to Scarlet and Maize. I'm Adam. This is Zack. The season is over. Sports are basically over.
Yeah, I mean...
There's the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
No one cares about baseball.
But even that, I feel like they should push that back. That's for a different show, but...
Yeah.
A different show entirely. Not an episode.
But college basketball is over. College football is long over. Has Ohio State had their spring game yet?
No.
So Michigan already had theirs this past Saturday.
It might be this Saturday. I don't remember. I was looking at tickets when
It's not free?
I don't think so.
Dang.
Maybe I was...
Just means more.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, just going to wrap up the season right quick. Not even going to talk about Michigan's loss to Villanova because it's been a little bit now, and Michigan just missed a bunch of shots that they should have made. And then they could have lost to Kansas, but they didn't. So whatever. Devontae Jones is gone to the NBA. Hunter Dickinson and Moussa Diabate are still up in the air. Hopefully at least one of them comes back just for Michigan's sake. They do have a freshman big guy, Terrace Reed, coming in, who's supposed to be good, but to rely on him to start and play a majority of the minutes would be rough. So hopefully Dickinson and or Diabate will come back, at least one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. There's so much up in the air. So this isn't quite the last episode we'll do because there's still some influx stuff with basketball stuff, and then the NFL draft is coming up, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But Ohio State, I'm glad Malachi Branham declared. Hopefully he's just gone.
Yeah. I mean, Michigan, nothing really scares me about them for next season at this point. I mean, obviously they're more scary if Dickinson and Diabate come back, but nothing really scares me. It sucks. Branham is not gone like
He kept his eligibility.
Diabate, but EJ Liddell does have an agent and is gone, which was expected. But honestly, like this year overall was a little bit disappointing. I already said that, but I mean, you can make the injury and COVID excuses. When you lose two of your top scorers, Justice Suing and Seth Towns, you're gonna take a hit, and which I think they did well at the beginning of the seaon with like replacing them and like playing well still, but then when COVID hit, it seemed like they never got back to a consistent. Never got back to that consistent like basis where they were scoring on a consistent basis, and it'd be nice to have those. I talked about and even asked Chris Holtman at that press conference, like the second half droughts. It seemed like they could have gone to those guys in those moments, and they hit a lot of second half droughts.
It sucks for Ohio State that Branham, like he was good. But if he would have come back, he would have been so good for Ohio State. So it sucks. It's kind of like DJ Wilson or Jordan Poole for Michigan. Like if they would have come back, then they could have.
Yeah.
But
as far as for next year, I mean, they lose those guys, right? They lose Justin Arms just hit the transfer portal. Wheeler is out of eligibility. They lose a couple other guys. Kyle Young is a big guy that they lose. But, I mean, there's enough coming in that there's still excitement for next season. They have the number one class in the Big Ten and a top 5 class in the country with 4 4-stars, and 2 of which were Mr. Basketball in their states. And they already have a transfer, which I'm expecting us to hit the transfer portal more, but they already have a 6'6" transfer guard, Tanner Holden, who averaged 20 points this year at Wright State and scored 49 points in 2 games in the tournament.
Crazy.
So there's still a lot to be excited for next year, and they could be good. And if they could get Justice Suing and Seth Towns back and healthy, that'll be huge.
Yeah. The Scarlet and Maize inaugural bracket challenge.
Yeah.
My bracket in every pool that I was in first place and then dropped off. I dropped to 25th out of like 30.
Wow.
But I ended up way out of first every time. So I was leading this one too, but then I ended up losing to A.H. Johnson 4-1.
Yeah.
So, Johnson 41. I mean, that's the name of the bracket, but you know.
Yeah, I think it's A.H. Johnson 4 other than bracket number 1.
Yeah, he's 4-1. I'm just joking around.
Yeah.
Let us know. DM us. So we can send you your shirt. Email.
Contact us to get your free shirt or free shirt. So we're doing? Yeah, free shirt.
No, sweatshirt.
Yeah, I thought it was sweatshirt. Contact us to get your free sweatshirt.
Moving on though, Big Ten thoughts with the tournament. I'll go first. I don't care that only 2 Big Ten teams made the Sweet 16, and not because my team was one of the 2, and not because they keep doing it over and over. But the NCAA tournament is about matchups more than anything, and stuff happens. Some teams, not Michigan, need to get better in the tournament, but like high-seeded teams like Illinois, Iowa, lost again. They didn't get to the Sweet 16 again, but you can't just treat the Big Ten like a mid-major, even though they just keep losing once they're in the tournament, right? We can't go, okay, they had 4 losses all season. They deserve a 1 seed, but they're in the Big Ten, so that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Stuff happens once you're in the tournament, either a bad shooting game or whatever. This isn't the first conference to have whatever. I think the Big Ten is fine. People are talking about it like it's been overrated for 2 straight years, and I'm sitting here like, I think maybe some teams keep underperforming. It doesn't mean the conference as a whole is overrated.
The Big Ten is fine. They're still going to be one of the premier conferences in basketball, but to be the premier conference in basketball, they definitely need to improve. Like, you can't be the best conference in basketball and not win a national championship for 22 years and have 9 teams in and get 2 teams to the Sweet 16. I do agree with you that the people are taking it a little too far as saying like mid-major. That seems a little crazy to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think the Big Ten should cheat more. Bill Self just won another national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if he actually gets in trouble. Memphis is about to actually get in trouble. But I saw a tweet during the tournament that was like, the Big Ten has the best basketball coaching in the country. Other conferences have the best talent in the country.
Yeah,
in part because they cheat. Whatever. Yeah. Big Ten thoughts?
I pretty much covered it. Yeah. If you want to compete with the big dogs, you gotta do something.
Cheat. March Madness overall, I'm really glad that Coach K got to 100 career tournament wins.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool number, but I'm also really glad he didn't win the whole thing.
Yeah, he ended up at 101, right?
Yeah. But that's just crazy.
I wish they would have won it all.
Why?
Because why not? I like Coach K.
Okay.
I think it's cute when they always show him and his wife holding hands.
Aw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind North Carolina's coach either. I do mind Bill Self.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I had said to you, I think right over there, once before the tournament started, saying this might be a year that like an 8 seed wins it all, and they came that close. Might be a year that a team like around an 8 seed wins it all, and I kind of forgot I said that until today.
It's just too bad Hunter Dickinson missed all those layups and Michigan missed all those free throws because it could have been them.
Yeah.
No.
I have some strong opinions on the March Madness. It's still one of the greatest sporting events there is, arguably the best. It's so entertaining, so fun, but it's not perfect. The Final Four absolutely needs to be Friday and Sunday. There's no way you should be playing a national championship, the biggest game of the year, period, on a Monday. You could say the same thing about football. And then to tip off past 9 o'clock, people got things going on Tuesday morning. Like, what are you doing? Like, kids got school the next day. Like, that's probably one of the biggest draws for sports, I feel like, is like that middle school, high school, boy range.
And they have to have it that late because it's on a Monday because of West Coast people. But if it was on a Sunday, it's not as big a deal to have it earlier in the day.
Right, especially like...
How is this later than the Super Bowl?
Well, and then if you do Friday, yeah, exactly. Friday you could do like a later game. You could do like a 6 o'clock game and like an 8 o'clock game, and you're fine. Or even you could do a 9 o'clock game on Friday if you want, because nobody's got anything going on the next day. It's just absurd. Then my other thing is, I think they got to stop playing Final Four in these massive football stadiums for 2 reasons. One, it's not iconic. Like, cool, you play in these massive football stadiums, but they're basketball players. Who cares? And the nosebleeds in those stadiums just have to be ridiculous.
I actually hate how it looks to have the bench down off the court.
Yeah.
Plus player safety.
Did you see the floor? The floor buckled under what's his name, Armando, in the final minute, and his ankle rolled, and who knows? That might have been the difference in the game.
Crazy.
Absurd. I think just why not the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden, Final Four every year? That'd be fun. New York City.
Because the NIT uses it.
Well,
I mean, NCAA, yeah. But No, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it'd be like way more.
Madison
iconic.
Square Garden's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Superdome is not.
Yeah, nobody cares to play in New Orleans for the Final Four. Like, I get moving around regionally, but no, I don't think anyone's going to complain about playing in New York City every year.
No.
Especially since I just think it's fun to do that. And
Even if they just moved it to different NBA arenas, that's still the dream for all of those players, pretty much. It would be better than a football stadium with the floor raised up.
Yeah, on a stage.
Yeah.
That was like clearly the floor was an issue. Even if it happens once, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
I'm with you.
I think it's ridiculous having I've never seen it happen, but it seems like it could be an issue where a player falls off the side.
Or they decide not to go after a ball.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to fall off the side.
Yeah.
No, I'm with. And I just think it looks dumb, honestly.
Yeah.
Having one coach. I mean, I saw Jay Wright do it, but I mean, just kneeling there, or whatever. I'd rather see the bench, and there's no bench mob stuff that you see as well, and
yeah.
Well,
it's weird. Like, it's got to be a weird angle for the coaches too, like being down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. To like try and coach up. I don't know. I mean, obviously they step up a lot, but
the biggest problem with everything that you're saying is the NCAA is in charge.
Yeah, idiots.
So it's not going to make sense. It's not going to get changed. It's just going to keep being stupid. But I remember John Beeline used to get really upset, especially weekday games that were late at night, especially if they were on the road. He's like, we're calling them student athletes, and then we're doing their whole schedule based on TV instead of what's good for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. These kids are still in school.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. They're going to have to go home, and the ones that aren't destined for the NBA go to class, and it's crazy. Tweet of the week?
I have from Dustin at Shut College Football, CFB, at Shut CFB, Dustin Shut. He tweeted the top 5 Big Ten recruiting rankings for basketball and for football for 2022. I'm not going to read them all off, but the point of the tweet was Ohio State is number 1 in both football and basketball, which is pretty impressive.
Cool.
Also, Michigan is on there both times, top 5.
Yeah.
They're 3rd and 2nd. And 3rd in football, 2nd in basketball.
Good. My tweet of the week is from Steve Lorenz. This is from Monday night, so the night of the national championship. And it just says 9:20 is too late for a national championship game to start.
Yeah.
Stupid. I, just full transparency, did not plan on watching it. And then I was just up and I was like, oh, it's on. And I turned it on.
I did the same thing.
I was like, I'm not going to stay up to watch that.
Yeah.
And then
it was such a good game. It wasn't for a while, for the middle portion.
Yeah.
Or really just the second half of the first half because Kansas came back really fast. But
trivia question. One of the Kansas players was the last player to ever commit to John Beeline at Michigan. You know who it was?
No clue.
That's terrible. With that, it's Jalen Wilson.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep. With that, I don't know when we'll see you again, but Quality Dairy can see you anytime you want. Mm-hmm. So, go to Quality Dairy, buy some snacks, buy some drinks, buy some donuts, whatever you want to get. They have a lot of stuff there.
Malachi Branham play another year at Ohio State. You won't regret it.
Go Blue.
Go Buckeyes.